War of words in ZanuPF. Comrade Knox Chivero fires back at Mnangagwa spokesperson George Charamba over revolution fight. Kusangana kwatinoita pano pamagaba news patinokuigirai nhau dzinenge dzichiitika around Zimbabwe. Tichiti kana uri mutsva kutanga kusvika pano pamagaba news, mukana wekubaya button rakanzi subscribe nekutena notification bell so that patinoposta nhau dzinenge dzichiitika unova uri wekutanga kusangana nenews dzatinenge taisa. Zuva ranhasi tauya takabata nhau yemashoko ariplaiwa kuna vageorge Charamba naComrade Knox Chivero vanova iko zvino vari kutungamira Geza revolution. Vakabata chimuti chakasiyiwa navageza chekumirira macitizen emunyika yeZimbabwe kuti awane rusununguko. So vaKnox Chivero vakauya vakaita address yavo yavakaita vakamirira parevolution yekwavageza, apo zvakaita kuti vageorge Charamba vauye nemashoko ekuataka Comrade Knox Chivero. Apo pavakanyora papeji ravo vageorge Charamba vanova spokesperson wavo Mnangagwa achiti, how weak can a man be? He could not even stand on his own feet. How do you claim to be a soldier when you have to step into another man's shoes to be heard? So vakataura mashoko aya vageorge Charamba mushure mekunge Comrade Knox Chivero vakauya vachitaura vari mupeji rekwavageza, ende veruzhinji ndo pavakanzwa mashoko aya sezvo ndiro peji raiadreswa revolution. So vageorge Charamba vakanyora mashoko aya vachiti vaKnox vakatouya kuti vanzwikwe neveruzhinji vari mumakumbo vari mubhusu zvakare dzemumwe munhu. Zvinova zviri zvinhu zvaita kuti Comrade Knox Chivero vareply spokesperson wavo Mnangagwa nemashoko akataura anova ari mashoko atakuisirai pascreen anyorwa naComrade Knox Chivero vachiti, George, a man who speaks to protect his job should never mistake begging for courage. I wear this nation uniform to defend Zimbabwe, its people and its constitution, not to become a praise singer for a job. Weakness is not standing up for the people. Weakness is surrounding your voice, your morals and your shame for politics of the stomach where the mass suffer. History shall judge you. Domashoko anyorwa naComrade Knox Chivero achiti, iwewe George Charamba, toziva kuti uri kushandira basa rako, uri kuchengetedza basa rako. Isu hatisi kushandira zvematongero enyika kuti tigutse matumbu edu ruzhinji ruchitambura. According to news, a fresh wave of political tensions has emerged within Zimbabwe's ruling circles following a heated exchange between war veteran Knox Chivero and presidential spokesperson George Charamba. The dispute comes at a time when conversations around the country's political direction continues to intensify, especially in the context of call by some voices to uphold what they describe as an original values of the liberation struggle. Comrade Chivero, a former liberation war figure, recently issued a strong-worded statement in which he emphasized the importance of the standing firm in defense of the Zimbabwean constitution and the welfare of its citizens. Without directly naming individual at first, his remarks alerted a concern about what he described as a culture of silence and compliance within political structures. In response, Charamba appeared to question Chivero's stance through a public message suggesting that true length lies in a consistent and independence. His remarks quickly draw attention online, sparking debate among citizens and political observers. Chivero, however, did not remain silent. In a follow-up statement, he pushed back firmly, accusing critics of misunderstanding the principles of the liberation struggle. He urged that speaking out should not be mistaken for weakness, but rather seen as a responsible to protect the nation democratic foundation. Importantly, Chivero referenced the legacy of the late war veteran Blessed Geza, whose calls for unity and reform has recently resurfaced in public discourse. According to Chivero, continued what he described as a revolutionary mission is about ensuring accountability and safeguarding the interest of ordinary Zimbabweans. This exchange highlights a broader conversation unfold within ZanuPF, where differing perspectives are increasingly being expressed more openly, while some view such debate as a sign of internal strain. Others see them as a part of a necessary democratic dialogue within the party. Political analysts noted that this development reflects a shift, a landscape where historical reality, governance, and public expectation are intersecting in complex ways as Zimbabweans continues to navigate its political future. A voice from both the Liberation War veteran and current leadership structure are playing a significant role in shaping the narratives. For many citizens, the key remains whether these exchanges will lead to constructive engagement or deepening division. What is clearly how is that the conversation around leadership, accountability, and national direction is far from over. As the situation evolves, all eyes will remain on how the key figures within the government and liberation movement respond and whether dialogue can pave the way for unity or further confrontation. Muri Zimbabwe ndo mashoko ataurwa na comrade Knox M Chivero vachinanga kuna va George Charamba vanova a presidential spokesperson. So va George Charamba takaona kuti mashoko avo anga ari mashoko ekuda kudzikisia comrade Knox Chivero, sezvo vanhu vaifunga kuti kufa kwakaita vageza ndo kunyarara kwakaita revolution, and revolution iyo vageza vakati haipere kusvika ruzhinji rwawana shanduko. What's your take on this issue? What's your take on this news? These are news that takabata pano patinokuigira nhau dzinenge dzichitendera munyika yedu yeZimbabwe ndokutenda nekutsigira kwamaita Makaba News.